Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Uh-oh.
Is that what I thought it was?
As long as you don't think it was me running over a sprinkler head, then no, it wasn't.
Oh, brother.
Don't worry about it. I'll just add it to the honey-do list.
If you had signed up for Mike Scott Plumbing's irrigation package in the first place, you wouldn't have to do anything.
What? Mike Scott Plumbing does irrigation too?
Yeah. I told you they have packages where they take care of everything.
Yeah, but I broke it, so they're not going to cover that.
But with their annual irrigation maintenance plans, you never have to pay for another service charge or broken sprinkler head ever again, regardless of the fault.
So that means I break it, they fix it.
That's what I said, Mr. Genius.
Okay, you win. How do I sign up?
I thought you'd never ask. Call Mike Scott Plumbing today and ask about their irrigation maintenance plans. 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Tuesday, February 16th. Coming up at 9 o'clock, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin will be here with In the Garden. We're going to talk to her about trees today. Also talk to her about lawns. And have we got enough thunderstorms now for spring to be here? These are the questions we need to ask. You can also ask Carol Ann Baldwin questions by calling 622-9622 with any of your questions about your lawn, your garden, your flower beds, anything along those lines. When to prune, when not to prune, when to fertilize, when not to fertilize, how much water is too much water, when to take plants in, when to take plants out. Carol Ann Baldwin will have all the answers for you. In the Garden with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin coming up at 9:05 on today's show. Before we went to break, we were talking about the Fort King National Historical Landmark and their hosting of Skill Day. You think about the history of Ocala and think about the history of Marion County. 175 years ticked off last year, by the way. Yep, 175 years. Right before COVID restrictions and all shut down, we did the historic county days and celebrated the 175th anniversary of the Marion County. We also celebrated the 175th anniversary of the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Billy Woods was nice enough to give me a commemorative sheriff's star that said 175 years. It was a commemorative star made for the celebration. Just a lot of history in Marion County. When you think about Paradise Park and you think about one of the oldest structures in the county, Fessenden Elementary, built out of Coquina 150 years ago. And you think about Garrick Field and Webb Field and all the sports that were played on those fields and the big names of the Boston Red Sox that came through here when they were doing spring training. You think about many different history of the movies that were made at Silver Springs and how it shaped Hollywood in the 20s and the 30s. Also, if you want to know any more about history, I mean, stuff like the Ma Barker House and moonshining in this area, and if you want to know about the natives in this area and everything, there's a resource for you. It's the Marion County Historical Museum. It's over in the McPherson Complex. It's an amazing museum. It's in a smaller building, but the amount of stuff they pack into that little building is amazing. And it's just a timeline of Marion County. I encourage you, if you've not been to the Museum of I believe. Let me get the exact name of it because I don't want to get it. I don't get it wrong. I don't want Dr. Cardinale to get angry with me because I get it wrong. It's the Marion County Museum of Natural History, I believe, is the correct verbiage for it. But I'm gonna look it up on the internet real quick, and I say real quick. Nothing seems to be real quick on this computer this morning. I believe that's the correct name of it, though, the Marion County Natural History Museum. But I'm gonna look it up. Marion County. Yep. I'm doing this live on the air, folks. So, museum. Okay, let's see. Let's see what comes up. Marion County History Museum comes up. Marion County Museum of History and Archaeology. I knew I was messing up the name, but it's at 26 Southeast 26th Terrace. That's in the McPherson complex. Call them. It opens at 10 a.m. Because of the COVID pandemic, hours of service may change. But I sit on the Marion County Historical Commission. Commissioner Stone appointed me to that commission. And one of the things we do is we vote, we do the things that accept, for the county to accept pieces of archaeology and pieces of history to be put on display at the museum. Because people loan them to the county and people, let the county use them for time period. We accept their loans and everything, and then they're put on display in the museum. And so it's a history of Marion County, and it's a rich history because Marion County has such a rich history. So just if you're looking for something to do and you like history, it opened in 2011, and it's a modest museum, but it does feature history exhibits, Native American artifacts. There's a dugout canoe that they have there that is amazing. I mean, simply amazing how much of it's there and how you can, you got to remember these dugout canoes were made out of wood. They rotted. But this one, almost fully intact. It's an amazing piece of archaeology on display at the museum. Although when kids take field trips there and all, they hadn't done that in a while, but when kids took field trips there and all, their favorite thing, the stuffed bobcat. Yep, there's a bobcat there showing all the wildlife and everything in our area, and the kids love that bobcat. That bobcat is top notch to the kids around Marion County, because that's the thing they gravitate to when they go to take the tour of the museum. The thing they gravitate towards is that bobcat. But there's a lot to be seen at the Marion County Museum of History and Archaeology, and I encourage you to go check it out. Dr. Richard Cardinale and the staff over there do an amazing job in preserving and displaying the history of Marion County. And it's a rich history. Very, very prominent in the First and Second Seminole Indian Wars. Vast popularity with the who's who of the Northeast as a vacation destination in the late 1800s. So a lot of rich history in the city of Ocala and in Marion County. You think about McIntosh and Citra and Reddick, all the history up in that area, and then you think out towards Denell and the history there. Just a rich history in our county, and the Museum of History and Archaeology does their best to give you a synopsis, but still a very good synopsis of the history of Marion County. So I encourage anyone that hears me to go check out the Museum of Natural History. Coming up next, it's Carol Ann Baldwin, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin with In the Garden, right here on Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
A civilian contractor was killed and 5 others were wounded in a rocket attack Monday at a U.S.-led military base in Kurdish, northern Iraq. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said in a statement Monday night, "We are outraged by today's rocket attack in the Iraqi Kurdistan region," end quote. The central government in Baghdad said it was forming a committee with the Kurdistan regional government to investigate the attack. The entire state of Texas is experiencing an unprecedented power shortage due to a severe winter storm that has taken over. The